Armand Puyolt is the man. He is my mentor. Since someone claimed me, this is my mentor, and I am so proud to introduce to all of you this evening our president, Mr. Armand Puyolt. Please give him a hand.
Fantastic. How's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Sounds good. So how many guests again today? Fabulous. That's the first time. You guys look. That's the first time you guys are listening to Total Life Changes, or first time you guys are at a meeting with me? Fantastic. Very good. Well, let me just tell you one thing. This is going to go pretty quick because I do meetings very quickly because I really value your time, so you guys don't have to be worrying about it's going to take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's going to go very fast. Why? Because the information is that fast. The information is really powerful. What we have here is something that is just ridiculous. I'm telling you right now. People are making a lot of money. As a matter of fact, in the last, from January 1st to, June 1st, I took in about $5 million in this company. How many of you would love to make $5 million? It's pretty impressive, right? Right. Now, what's more impressive than that is that we had 12 people walk the stage in the downline that has over $1 million also. Wow. How cool is that?
That's cool.
Then we have basically about another 200 people doing over $100,000, in the last 6 months. How cool is that?
That's cool.
So what we're trying to tell you is that this is very simple. And I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible because that's what it is. A little bit of my story, and I won't talk about a lot about my story because we'll do that tomorrow. But when I started this, I had diabetes. How many of you guys know people with diabetes? Mm-hmm. I had high blood pressure. How many of you know people with high blood pressure? My high blood pressure was so bad, my nose was bleeding all the time. Not only that, but I had joint pains. You know anybody with joint pains?
Yes.
I had my ankles or something were so swollen, I couldn't even put my shoes on. People like that too.
Yes.
And then top it all off, what you guys are going to notice is that, I also had a malicious tumor next to my heart. This was, I'm talking about 6 years ago. 5 years and, 7 months. Now, I also had gastric cancer, stage 4. And I'm not telling you that we have miracle products because I don't believe in miracle products. I'll be honest with you. But I do believe one thing, that we are the miracle. Our bodies can cure itself from anything. Our bodies are what cures itself, not the products. Our bodies can reverse from any single symptom that is out there. And I realize it's very, very powerful, notion that, your body can literally go backwards no matter how bad it is and really recreate itself or mend itself, given it the right tools. So we went out there looking for tools. My wife and I started looking for a lot of tools. The first tool we found was the IST. And we started using the IST. It was a pretty cool thing because we got to know the IST thanks to one lady who got to show us this product when before it was called IASA, before it was even in the bag, before it was anything as you see it today. It was actually in a Ziploc bag. Let me just tell you one thing. We used to go to this place where there was a little doctor there. The first thing he would say, he goes, "What do you have? What do you need?" And he'll tell, somebody will come in and goes, "Well, I have pain in my back." He goes, "How much you have?" $20. "Let me give you $20 worth." There's a pile of tea on the floor. You'll pick some up, throw it in a plastic bag, you'll hand it to him, $20 worth. All of a sudden, somebody else will come in, he goes, "What do you have? What do you need?" He goes, "Well, doc, I have, there's a colon problem with propolis and stuff like that inside my colon walls." He goes, "How much you have?" He goes, "About $60. We give you $60 worth." He grabs the same bundle from the same floor, puts it in the bag, hands it to him. And then after that, somebody will come in, he goes, "What do you have?" He goes, "I have diabetes, the second diabetes." And then he goes, "Let me see what I can do for you. Hold on a second. How much do you have?" He goes, $120. "Let me give you $100 worth." Grabs from the same bundle, same hand, puts it in the bag, hands it to them. So I was watching all this, And when we're watching this, the first thing you start thinking about is this serious? Does this work? You start asking people, does this work for you? Because your people are coming back and they're talking about all these tremendous testimonials. He goes, yeah, it's worked. This has been fantastic for me. So it gave me a lot more hope. So we started drinking this stuff. We started taking this stuff. You know, within 8 months, I dropped 150 pounds.
Wow.
Because I didn't tell you guys, I was 425 pounds at the very beginning.
Wow.
And then, you know, 150 pounds, I'm telling you right now, if you have high blood pressure, you start feeling really good.
Yeah.
150 pounds less, you say you have, diabetes, or, anything, high blood, your sugar levels are high, you know what, you start feeling good. You know, it's tremendous when you start losing a little bit of weight, how different it is. But, the funny thing is that I started losing the weight. I didn't believe I was losing weight. How many of you are, losing some weight, but everybody's telling you you're losing some weight? But yet you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, nah, that's not happening. Right? And we look at ourselves, and I'll be honest with you, I was kind of backwards because when I looked at myself in the mirror, I saw myself as like 185 pounds, not for 125. So I always saw myself pretty good. I was looking because everybody says, you're getting big. When I was getting bigger, right? And I would look at myself in the mirror, nah, I'm still good. But when I saw the pictures, that's where it was scary. The pictures were like tremendous. But the products started working, you know what? And it didn't have to do a lot with the tea also, but we also changed my diet, just to let you know. I started eating a salad first. And that helped tremendously. One of the things that the tea does is starts detoxing your body, but it also starts cleansing your colon walls. And your colon walls, especially the thin colon, has its fiber in it. And this fiber absorbs all the nutrients your body needs from all the food that you eat. And what we don't realize is that when it's all dirty and it has you can't absorb anything, you know what ends up happening is that you keep eating, and you never get full. But how many of you have drank the tea so far? And have you realized that you're eating less now? You're getting full faster?
Yes.
Because of that effect. So that's one of the things that started helping me to lose the weight because I wasn't serving myself 4 or 5 plates. I was eating first a salad, which I never ate salads before, I'll be honest with you. That was one of the tremendous differences. And then after I got to the main course, I was literally eating not even the whole plate of it. So it started changing. And that's one of the things that helps. It's something that's so natural, it works. Not only that, but it starts cleansing. And I keep telling people, one of the things that people do not realize is the tea is this product that is a filter for your life. The reason I'm telling you it's a filter for your life is because what it can do for you. It starts not only detoxing, doesn't only start cleaning your organs and everything else, but it also starts taking out stuff like parasites out of your body. Most of us do not believe we have parasites. 99.999% of us have parasites in our bodies. It's just obvious. Do you eat meat? How many of you eat meat here?
Yeah.
If you eat meat, and let's just say you had some extra meat at home that you went a little bit bad and you threw it in the trash can and you forgot to take out the trash in the week. You had to wait another week, you had to wait, right? What comes out of the trash can? Maggots and stuff, right? Well, the same thing starts happening in your body. Meat takes about 3 weeks to process out of your body. Do you know that? Now, if it's meat sitting inside in your body, what do you think is coming out? Maggots and stuff all start going out. Worms start coming out of there. You got these parasites starts coming out. It just happens. But we're not going to avoid that. We're not going to stop eating meat because we love meat, right? But we can use a filter for our life. Something that's going to help you cleanse and take that out. How many of you have seen that drink the tea? How many of you have seen the stool that when you go out to the bathroom? Sometimes I hate to say this, but have you noticed it has bubbles?
Yes.
Those are parasites within your stool as you're going to the bathroom. Not only that, but it starts cleansing you very well that even your, even your kidneys start cleansing. How many of you notice that when you go urinate in the bathroom, you see like grease floating around, right? Because the same thing's just cleansing your body out pretty neat. So that's one of the things it does, and I'm not going to be very specific about it because we'll talk a lot more about these products tomorrow. But that was one of the things that started helping me and saving me. Number one was the tea. The second thing I started taking was the Ganoderma lucidum, which is this one right here. And the only reason I started taking it is because, everybody told me how powerful this was. And I started taking this product, and guess what? My sugar levels started dropping right away. How many of you know diabetics? us do. At least all of us do know at least one person, right? Let me tell you what a really cool thing you can do. If you know a diabetic, you know that every single one of them has a machine that tells the truth, right? They poke themselves, they prick their finger, they get the test, and they'll tell them, your sugar levels are X, this number, right? You give them, after that test, you give them just one little cup of our tea, give them 3 capsules of this, and then an hour later, retest them.
Wow.
Just an hour later. You can have a conversation with them, while you're talking, what you're doing, everything else. An hour later, you test them again. They test themselves. Sugar levels drop drastically. You think they'll buy this from you? The rest of their lives they'll buy this. So it starts showing something that's pretty powerful. And so this started helping me a lot. And then my wife also was giving me Chewy. Before we even have it bottled up, before we capsulized it was actually in powder form when I was taking it. Because it's another thing that I needed because of the issues that I had. I mean, they gave me 6 months more of life left thanks to the gastric cancer. So I was trying to get enough protein in my body that I needed to move on or help me go forward. And I started taking this Chewy, but the way I was taking it was like spoonfuls in water, which I don't recommend. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm glad these are capsulized because most people do not recognize that, I don't know if you have ever licked the bottom of a fish tank. That's what this tastes like. You know what I'm saying? I've never licked it, but I smelled it. I know it smells just like this. Right? So, I heard people take it, just the powder, they put it in the orange juice, it tastes fine. I don't know. But I love it capsulized, right? But I was taking it like that. And the other thing I was taking that helped me dramatically is the chaga. And the chaga, what was very impressive about it is that it's a natural, what we like to call, if you go to the PubMed.gov and all the government websites, they literally have a lot of studies against cancer with this stuff. A lot of studies against diabetes and stuff. And it's not me telling you, it's published. So when I looked at that, I said, you know what, I gotta try this chaga stuff. So we had it in bags. We're getting it in bulk bags. And that's how I was taking it. And when I started taking it, I noticed a difference right away. Literally from one moment to the other one. So I do recommend it. If you ever have a home meeting, if you don't have anything else, give them a cup of the tea, 1 capsule of this. If they have pains in their back, if they have anything, if they have any issues, by the end of the meeting, you'll notice that they'll felt something because it's that powerful. And we have a lot of other products. Well, I'll talk about a few of the products during tomorrow and everything else, but I want to touch on a few of these just right now. How many of you know people with wrinkles? Bags underneath their eyes. A few of us, right? Well, let me tell you one thing. I was one of them too. And here's the really cool thing is that we have Timeless now. And Timeless is a temporary deal, by the way. This is not a cure for anything. But imagine in 60 seconds getting rid of the wrinkles. 60 seconds. You know what we do? And I teach this over there wherever I'm at, especially in the California area. I tell them, everybody's having a home party, especially the women, line everybody up. Let everybody do half the face and make sure that you're doing it for them, because if they do it themselves, they're going to do the other side also. Just then do one side. And then you go one by one. Let's just say you have 13 people in a home, you do half. And at the end, in 1 minute, they have one side look like they just got iron. And the other side is it looks like they got beaten on one side. Right? You start realizing the truth, right? And then everybody goes, well, do the other side. I go, no, you got to buy it. Right? Yeah. So now you take enough of these with you, they're not leaving without it. Right? So that's one of the things that I love. The other thing that I really love is the ayasa oil. How many of you tried this ayasa oil? Yeah. Phenomenal, right? The reason this works, and it works so well, is because do you realize that to the age of 24, we produced a human oil? And by the age of 25, we didn't produce it no more. So that's when you start noticing that first line The one, you remember that night when you look in the mirror and go, what is that? You remember that day? Like, where'd that come from? Well, same thing, when you don't produce that oil, your skin starts taking a beat. I call this the fountain of youth. You start putting this on your skin every single day, your skin will reverse in years. Literally it will. And I'm not joking, this is the truth. You start taking this every day, you start trying it on every day. Everyone, if you have gastric problems, like acids, reflux, or anything like that, take a little bit, put it in your salad, put it in, eat it. You'll feel fantastic also with it. Yeah, put it on your tongue. But here's the really cool thing is that because the way it works for many issues. I mean, it actually goes through all 7 layers of your skin. That's really cool because there's not one oil out there. You can go buy a $300 oil at Macy's. It will not go past 3 layers of skin. This goes through all 7 layers. It goes through your muscle tissue. It goes through, it goes right through your nervous system and it goes into your bone. So here's the deal. How many of you know people with arthritis? A lot of us, right? Now, the really cool thing, I don't like people being in pain because I was in pain before. But when you can help somebody instantly, how cool is that? Now, what I do is if I find somebody that's in, this is one of the products I carry with me all the time because of this reason. When somebody is in pain, you see somebody with arthritis or carpal tunnel syndrome or something, they have that glow on that, they have, right? Good, try some of this. So I'll give a couple drops, let them put it on. 10 to 15 minutes later, they have no pain. You think they'll buy it forever? You know how much pain medicine somebody with arthritis keeps buying? This can take it away instantly, it's all natural. It's pretty cool. Not only that, but imagine this. How many of you have gotten cut before? Some of us got cut badly, right? Well, we need a stitch or something, some of us maybe? Imagine getting cut so deep that you need some stitches. If you just put this on and then hold it together for a couple minutes, it's like super glue. I'm serious. And then it's also, this oil is the best anti-bacterial product that there's out there too. And so it'll kill all the germs and everything out there. So it'll reseal it really quickly. Plus, it won't leave a mark. How cool is that? It's pretty cool. Now, how many of you have gotten burned before in the kitchen with oils and stuff, right? When we were talking, you dropped the cell phone, you hit the pan, oil came on. All this happens at funerals, right? This here, you put this on that oil burn, before it even bubbles up, it'll maintain it normally. How cool is that? So it's pretty cool what this can do. And again, I'm telling you one thing, this is one product from many of them. We have coffee, obviously we have a lot of coffee here. We have the black coffees, we have, a lot of these products like the cappuccino and all that, but our coffees have Ganoderma lucidum, have, chaga in it also, and has cordyceps in it, a lot of good stuff in it that really will help you build. We also have Delgada. Delgada, a lot of people call it Delgado, but it's Delgada, the name. And Delgada is basically a slimming coffee. What I love about this is this. How many of you drink coffee? And is it a habit? Are you going to forget your coffee in the morning? Most people don't, right? You'll forget your keys before your coffee. You get to the car, you got your cup of joe in your hand, but your keys are like, we're there. If you don't forget to take this every single day because it's just a habit, the chance of everybody losing weight is incredible. It really is. It's powerful. And that's one of the reasons that I love this, because it makes things very simple. We also have resolution, we also have HCG and XX, and a lot of different products. We'll talk about that. But here's the deal. We have products that work today, not tomorrow, not the next day. We have products that actually work. We have a full line of different products, and every single product is key for your success. They're designed to work perfectly for each person that is out there. How cool is that? You like that? Now, what is better is this comp plan. Because the comp plan is going to push you to make some money. Now, I want you to realize how easy the comp plan is. And usually, every single time I do the comp plan, I do it pretty quickly. Not only did I design the comp plan, by the way, I put it together for the company, But, and that's not the reason it goes easy, but I teach people how to really do it easy, how you can understand it. How many people are new again? Because I know a lot more people this week. How many need money this week? Right? Now I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to teach you how to really take it to the next level if you want. But check this out. The first 50% is called the customer bonus. I call it the prospecting bonus. How many of you have been in another company before of network marketing? Most of us, right? And then when you were in that other company, I mean, I'm not going to bash it. I mean, I don't know which one it was. But check this out. Weren't you giving product away? And it didn't work, right? And if you were to have sold product, you only got points, right? But sooner or later, you realize that points and points and points don't pay the bills, right? So if we're making points and points and points every single day, what's that going to do for you? So we wanted to fix that issue. The very first thing I did is like, where we said, you know, we're not going to have a wholesale and a retail price. It's going to be one price for everybody. Why? Because this way, before in another company, tell me if it's true or not, you used to buy something wholesale, and they used to try to go out there and sell it, and there was always somebody that was underselling what the retail price was supposed to be, right? Somebody at the flea market was like selling it for cost. And it was burning everybody, right? So you were forced to sell at a cost too, for the points only. So what we did is we said it's going to be one price. But every single person you prospect or you is your customer, you will earn a 50% commission on the points. So basically, you're earning $20 per product. Okay? Now check this out. If we go out there and prospect, I'm going to give you a little tip. The way I prospect is I go up to people and I talk to people. It's not easy at first, trust me. How many people have problems, you know, talking to people? It's pretty hard, right? But it gets easier the more money you're making. Okay? And it really does. I don't know what it is, but you know, it gets pretty simple. Right? Now here, let me just tell you, what I say, and I will always recommend, is for you to always have product with you. Okay? I have from 5 steps to success. I'll go over the 5 steps tomorrow. But the 5 steps to success, basically, you have to have product with you all the time. People ask me, why do you need product? Because it's one simple thing. We live in a world where every single cell phone has internet right now. So brochures and flyers do not work. The minute you give them a flyer, they'll go home, or you walk away, they're on their phone, finding out what it is, and they'll buy it from that person, the first person they find. So you're just advertising for somebody else. But if you have the product on hand, you're going to close them a lot faster because everybody wants it now. Okay? And this is what I do. I usually have a catchphrase, or you know, you can design your own or you can copy mine. They all work. I mean, you see it on everywhere. You know, the 5 for 5 all the time. But this is what I always come up to somebody and I said, hey, do you know anyone that would love to lose 5 pounds in 5 days for $12 a week with a product that's organic? Even a 5-month-old can use it.
Yeah, me.
And if she says, what is it? Just an example. I go, well, I have coffee or tea. Which one do you prefer? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it all works together. But you just imagine this. If you were to repeat that phrase to every single person walking across the street right now, or walking down the street, how many people do you think will get their attention? Just about everybody, right? Not everybody's going to buy from you, but just take it for instance, like only 5% buy from you. 95 don't even listen, but I mean they'll listen. They'll tell you, well, what is that? But if 5% listen, what kind of success rate do you think you have? Now, let me just tell you like this. Remember, we have the first 50% is 50% of the customer bonus, so you can make it $20 per person. So a month of this, you'll make $20 if you prospect it out. So if I have one person, it's $20. If I have 5 people a day, just 5, can you guys do 5 a day? Just repeating that, you think that's possible? It's pretty easy, right? 5 people a day, you're talking about $100 a day, 5 days a week, $500. Let me ask you one thing. With $500 extra in your pocket, extra money from whatever you make, would that change your lifestyle?
Oh, yeah.
With $500 extra in your pocket, would that, help you pay the bills? 500 extra? You know, that's about what, 2,000 extra a month? Will that help you pay maybe the mortgage? It helps, right? But here's the kicker. I tell people, let's get a quota going. Your first quota of prospecting, because see, we have two businesses. The first business is your brick and mortar business where you're going to make money today. Why? Because you need to put food on the table. You need to pay for your gas. You need to pay for things before you start working on your part-time, which is building your organization, right? You need to kind of work them together. But here's what we're going to do, and I'll show you right now. It's pretty very simple. If you start working this, right? And let's just say, what's the average salary around here? For an example, $500 maybe a week. Is that normal? Right? $7,000. So your first quota, whatever it is, whatever your first quota is, and I'm telling you this is the way I said it. Your first quota should be how much you make in your business, or how much you make in your job. Because the very first quota, we want to get you off that job.
Amen.
Doing this full time. So your first quota, let's just say it's $500. You just tell them this is what your quota is going to be, because you're your own boss, you're your own employee also, because you've got no employees at this moment. We're going to build that. But your first quota is going to be how many people you're going to get move into your organization. So you get 5 people a day, just prospecting. They're not customers yet, they're not distributors. Remember that. We're just prospecting. They're just trying the product. They just bought the product to see what it works, to see what it likes. All we do is that. I don't talk about the business. I don't talk anything else. I'll leave that for later. And I'll explain that to you guys tomorrow. But check this out. I come up and it goes, do you know anyone that would love to lose 5 pounds in 5 days for $12 a week with a product that's organic and the 5-month-old can use it? Very simple, right? It's very simple. Do you know anyone? And I always talk in third person. Do you know anyone? Yeah. That way it goes, I don't want to go. And I ask you, are you doing this anyway? Do you know anyone that would love to lose 5 pounds in 5 days for $12 a week with a product that is so organic, even a 5-month-old can use it? How simple is that? If you just repeated that to every single person you can touch, wow, it's incredible. Now, here's the deal. Let's say your quota, your job, you're making $1,000 a week. Okay? You got to get, all you need is 10 people a day, 5 days a week. Can you do 10 people a day like that? Repeat that? 10 people a day, 5 days a week, that's 1,000 in your pocket. Is that powerful? Yeah. Well, 1,000 extra a week, would that change your lifestyle? Yeah. Well, 1,000 extra a week, would that change, the clothing we're wearing every day? Well, 1,000 extra a week, would that change the car you're driving? Well, 1,000 extra a week, would that put you maybe into a better zip code? Right? An extra 1,000 can do you some good. Most people it will. Now check this out. Let's say we get really good at this, because now you drop your job, your second quota is how much you deserve, because we all work for money at our job, but do you get what you deserve?
No.
No. So your second quota is, what do you deserve? Now you're going to put the price on yourself. What do you deserve? That should be your second quota. So let's say you go out there and you go, you know what? We're going to go out there 20 people a day, 5 days a week. We're going to get $2,000 a week. Will $2,000 a week change your lifestyle? Right? And we haven't even started the business. We're just prospecting. There's no customers yet. There's no distributors yet. We're just prospecting. Now it's $2,000 a week. How cool is that? You guys like that? Can you guys do that? Raise your hand if you can do this. Simple?
Yeah.
Simple. Now, we pay another 50%. The second 50% that we pay is called a fast start bonus. So everybody that comes into the business, you earn a 50% fast start, whatever package they buy to get into the business. Now, let me give you an example. We went and prospected a person. You made $20 from him. They went to try the product. A few days later, I go and follow up with them. When I follow up with them, and we'll teach this tomorrow, but when you go follow up with them, there's some series of questions we ask, and then we decide and we classify him if he's a distributor or not, or he's a customer. The cool thing is that if he decides he doesn't want to do this, he can become a customer, and every single time he buys, you continue on making that 50% customer bonus. Pretty cool, right? But if he decides to do the business, what we're going to do is we're going to lead him into the packages. And one of the things I have to tell you right now is that when you learn the 5 steps, 6 steps, you're going to learn that you need product, number one, to do the business. I mean, if we had a hot dog cart and we only had 4 hot dogs, right? You had only 4 bags of tea, but you got 4 hot dogs and you ate 2 for lunch, you got a business. There's no business there. There's no business, right? So, we gotta have product with us to prospect, okay? So the more product you have, the faster you can grow. So how fast do you wanna grow? How much do you want to invest into you? See, that's what I go up after distributors. So I tell them, look, I suggest you the biggest pack. And I know a lot of people go like, I don't have the money. I'll tell you one thing. There's over 12 multimillionaires in my organization. Wow. And most of them started with borrowed money. I mean, if your car broke down today, you need to get to work tomorrow, you lose your job, would you find the money to fix your car? Definitely. Yeah. We can find it if we need it. So I try to push them to the biggest packs because of that reason. But yet, check this out, okay? I want you to understand this. If they were to get one of the biggest packs, that's about 1,500 points. You get a $750 fast start bonus. With $750, just one in 7 days, would that change your lifestyle? Just one. You prospected 20 a day, 5 days a week, that's $2,000 in your pocket, plus out of all those, if just one bought the biggest pack, $750, will that change your lifestyle? Right? One. If you had 2, that's $1,500 in your pocket. If you had 4, that's $3,000. Would $3,000 excite you? Would $3,000 change your lifestyle? Definitely, right? Now imagine this. How many of you think, if you're prospecting 20 people a day, 5 days a week, by the end of the week, we can kind of get 4 people only to get the biggest pack? How many do you think can do this? We can do this, right? So 3,000, okay? Plus the 2,000 from prospect, that's $5,000 in your pocket. What would you do with $5,000 a week? Can you do this?
Yes.
Do you deserve $5,000 a week?
Yeah.
Would $5,000 a week put you in a better car? Yes. Would $5,000 a week put you into those red bottoms that you wanted? Right? Would $5,000 a week put you into the better zip code that you wanted to? Would $5,000 a week put your kids into a better school district? Right? So we got to think what we're going to do, because this is a real business. Now check this out. We talked about, we got this customer, we prospected him, we made $20. From there we converted him into a distributor, so now we made $750. Now, I'm only talking about 4 packs at the biggest pack there is. There's a lot of people that are going to come in with less. Those are just extra money. Just count that as extra money. They come in with a $500 pack, $600 pack, $300 pack, extra money. Just don't count for your quota. It's just the big packs count. Everything else comes in, it's just change money. Let's go. Right? They come in with a $300 pack, just extra. Just comes in. So check this out. The third 50% we pay. It's called a check match bonus. This is the most exciting one of them all. Now let me tell you why it's so exciting. Because this check match bonus, okay, is going to change your lifestyle. We have distributors here, they're only earning director status or like $250, but they put distributors that are making a lot of money to the organization, that their checks are coming in like $45,000. You guys do that? I'm talking about a week. And all they're doing is they're just qualifying director. But the check match bonus is where all the money's coming in. Because they brought a lot of talent into the organization. How cool is that? In another company, if somebody outgrew you, you lose them. Right. In this company, if somebody outgrew you, we reward you. How cool is that? Right? Now, let me show you where this can happen. Now, you got this guy, you prospected, you made $20. We got that, right? Then he decided to get into the business, so we made $750 fast start from him. And then every time he works, week by week, whatever he earns a week in the organization, you start earning a 50% check match. So if he earns $1,000 a week, you get a bonus of $500 coming to you. How cool is that? But then you got another person over here, you also brought him in, and he's doing $200 a week, so you get another $100 from that guy. And then you get another guy over here, this woman over here, she's really cool at this. And she starts making She starts making another $5,000 a week. Now, you make another $2,500 from that, from her also. How cool is that? There's no limits how many people you can bring into your organization. Now, let me ask you a question. And I want you to be honest with me. If you prospect, how many of you think you can prospect 20 people a day, 5 days a week? Not maybe at the get-go, but you will get there. You can do this, right? For those $2,000 a week. If you're a prospect 20 people a day, 5 days a week, do you believe, and I want you to be honest with me, do you believe that in 12 months from now, that's 12 months from today, you will have at least 1,000 people in your organization? Is that possible? Directly sponsored by you. Now, I'm just telling you about people making 1,000, making 200. Let's just say they're making the minimum, $40 a week. Is that possible? If you had 1,000 people, 12 months from now, raise your hand if you think you can have 1,000 people making the minimum $40 a week in this business. Is that possible? Is it?
Yes.
Now check this out. If you had 1,000 people making the minimum $40, you're making a check match bonus of $20 per person. That is $20,000 in your pocket a week.
My.
I don't think you understood that. You're making $20,000 a week.
Yeah.
Now, let me give you the reason it works. Because let's just say you have a job right now. I don't know what it is or what you're doing, but let's just say your boss tells you, we need help. Now you tell him, I know a cousin. And you give him the hookup, right? We hook him up. We bring him into the business. I go, this is your new dude, let's go. And then after we did this hookup, right? He earned, let's just say $300 a week. And your boss comes up to you and goes, you know, we got Rachel over there, she made $300 a week this week, she worked pretty well. I mean, it's just fantastic. But because you brought her in, she made $300, I'm gonna give you a bonus for $150. And let me tell you one more thing. If you keep bringing people like this in, whatever they earn a week, I'll keep giving you, 50% of whatever they earn. Will you keep bringing people into the business?
Oh, yeah.
You understand how powerful this is? Now, let me just put it in numbers you can understand. Now, 1,000 a week, you're making $20 of each one. That's $20,000. Plus, you got 3,000 out of 4 packs that they're coming in with $750. So you're making an extra 3,000. That's 23,000 now. Plus, you're prospecting 20 a day, 5 days a week in your quota. So that means you're making another 2,000 there. That's $25,000. Now you're making $100,000 a month. Can that change your lifestyle?
Yeah.
$100,000 a month now. Will that change the way your clothes wear? Now, $100,000 a month, will that change your vehicle you're driving? $100,000 a month, will that change the house? Will you get into the house of your dreams now?
Yeah.
With $100,000 a month, will that put you into the place where you want to be living at? With
Absolutely.
$100,000 a month, would you have to worry about your college tuition for your kids? For your grandkids? With $100,000 a month, will that put you in a better zone where you're now living to live, not living to work? Will that change you? Now, my friends, there's only 3 options here for all of you that are new. Number 1, you heard about the products. You're interested about the products. The person who brought you here is interested about, you told you about these great products, and you're interested about taking the product, but you're not interested in the business. That's cool. That's fine. We're not here to push you. We're not going to twist anybody's arm. We're happy that people want to use the products as customers. But this is what I'm going to do. For all of you who are new, and if you sign up today with that person who brought you as a preferred customer, okay, we will lock your price exactly what the distributor pays for life. Is that cool? Wow. That means your customer price, even if it goes up, you will always pay what the distributor pays for life. Wow. Now, you will never have to have an auto ship. That means you never have to have a card on file where they're charging every 30 days or whatever it is. You pay for your products whenever you need your products. Is that cool?
Yeah.
No pressure, no nothing.
Wow.
So, if you are a customer, that's probably the choice you want to make today. Number 2, we're looking for affiliates. Affiliates are the people that you know you have that job, you still don't really trust it because you've been burned in the industry before. So you kind of want to put your foot in the water first. You want to try it out. You want to see if it works. That's perfectly fine. Get yourself a package. We'll start prospecting. We'll start working. We'll start making it happen. We'll get you to drop that job pretty quickly and live life with your kids, live life with your family, and actually do this full time at one point or another. That's if you're an affiliate. That's what you want to become. But I'm here looking for number 3. I'm here looking for entrepreneurs. I'm here looking for people who actually want to make a lot of money. I'm here looking for people that want to change many people's lives, thousands of people's lives around the world. I'm looking for people that want to stand in front of the rooms, be on the DVDs, be on the magazine covers, be inside these magazine stories. I'm looking for people to create stories with. I'm looking for people to take to the next level. I'm looking for entrepreneurs with the mindset ready to go. We're going to do this full time. We're going to run. We're not going to stop. So, basically, you have 3 choices. Who are you? Are you 1, are you a customer? 2, are you that affiliate that just wants to try a tablet? Or 3, are you that entrepreneur that I'm looking for? I will tell you one thing. You give me 12 months, I will take your life from tragic to magic. You give me the 12 months, I'm telling you right now, I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. But I will promise you one thing. At one point, you will never have to work a day in your life. At one point, you'll never have to worry about if you can be at your kid's event. At one point, you're going to figure out that you have this time freedom where you can go on vacations whenever you want. And at one point, you're going to realize, like myself, that I can go take my kids. I have 6 kids. I can take them to Disney World if I wanted to. All the way from California to Disneyland, I can take them to Disney World in Florida. Not for the weekend, but until they get tired. You know why? Because no matter what I do, as long as I'm carrying this, every time I'm prospecting within the park as they're enjoying their vacation, I'm making money. So, when we went last time, we took 12 days at Disney World. We only went for the weekend, but 12 days we stayed. We made more money prospecting within the park than what we spent with the resort and everything. How cool is that?
That's cool.
Now, let me explain to you why. How many of you have been to these theme parks? Not just Disney World, not all, but the other ones, Six Flags and all these other ones, right? What do you hate most about these parks?
Stand in line.
The lines, right? I love the lines. You know why? I have an audience stuck there, forced to listen to me for an hour and a half. And if the one doesn't want to listen, I'll talk loud enough so that everybody else listens. But I'm pretty sure by the time I get out of that ride, I have people waiting for me at the end. So, how successful do you want to become? I want you to think back. I want you to close your eyes, every single one of you. And as you're closing your eyes, I want you to think, what do you deserve? Who are you? If God put you on this earth, what did He put you here to do? To work? To live? To enjoy life? Or to slave over somebody's ownership of a business that's not yours? Who are you? What do you deserve? What do you want? What do your kids need? What do your parents need? What will you do from this point forward? What would be your choice? What will you change? You got to change something to change your life. I'm telling you, if you continue doing the same thing, it's not going to work. Now open your eyes. Do you know what you want? Do you know what you want?
Yes.
Do you know what you're looking for?
Yes.
Some people may want 1,000 a week. Some people might want 5,000 a week. Some people may want 500 a week. Everybody's different. That's okay. I'm telling you one thing. No matter what your amount is, we can reach it. Just give yourself the opportunity. Thank you very much for being here.